I was putting loom back together, cleaned out the washer and coolant bottles. I think we were talking about that already. It seems like old news. That was a couple days ago, and I haven't been back outside. I've been so busy at work. It's just been too much, but had a phone call today, and something has returned. So I've got back the block, I got the crank, I got the pistons, the rods, I've got the bearings, the rings. Now I have to put together the rotating assembly. So that's actually, I did ask the machine shop to do that, but I don't think they've got the time to do it. And right now, April 21, and I leave in like, I don't know, a month and a week. I got like 5 weeks to smash this together, put it in the car, and then test drive it, break it in, repair any issues that arise, and then get ready for the road trip. So yeah, no shortage of time here. We're doing just fine. I'm just getting ready to lay a little bit of paint on this. So that's my cylinder head, rebuilt cylinder head. It's got valve seats done. It's got valve seals done. It's been machined. Both sides. The block has had everything done because it was trashed. So that's low mile block. This a head for my buddy. That's a temporary cam carrier on the top just for sake of painting. My other one's painted actually, ready to go, so I'll just have to put it on. But I'm gonna hit it with a couple of coats of engine enamel here, get it colored and ready. It's gonna just be a quick shot and move on with life, but probably over the next, well, tonight I'll paint a little bit, tomorrow I'll paint some more, and then I could start with the actual assembly of this unit. So, and that's something I don't have a lot of experience with, so it should be a good time going through that and getting to learn some more. But here we go, man. I just popped the first coat on this now. It was a light, gentle coat. It's gonna sit overnight to dry. I'm not gonna bother touching it again. I've been doing my homework, figuring out what all the specs need to be for this engine. And if you can't tell, that's 3 coats of color on this now. So I masked everything off as good as I was able to. And I've got 3 coats laid on this. Maybe this will help give a color comparison. Those are those blue shop towels compared to white, right? So it's that blue color, that blue metallic. I love that color. I think it looks really nice. It's been sitting for a little while here, so I think I'm going to take the head off now. The next thing I need to do is probably measure ring gap inside the bores to just see where everything's at, make sure it falls into my spec before I go ahead and start assembling any of the piston, put the rings on there. The cam carrier is a spare one, so that's just going to come off and go to the side. And then I'm going to bag up the head, and I'll bag up the block when I'm done tonight, so that way everything kind of stays clean. But this way I should be able to work through some stuff and start figuring out the nitty-gritty end of it. But I think 3 coats is decent, and after it's going together, if it needs touch-ups, I'll deal with it then. I'm not too worried. I think it looks really nice for what it is. I love that I can read that. I don't know, I think something about that's awesome to me. Anywho's, yeah. Okay, so I went through the breakout of measuring all the rings. This is the book, the spec from the book for the original engine. Before it's oversized stuff, because this is all oversized now. We gotta be between 0.009 and 0.019 inches. We're 0.018, and pretty consistent across the board, so we're good and we clear there. On the second ring, between 0.008 and 0.018, we're at 0.02. It's gonna be close enough. Oil ring, 0.015, 0.055, 0.040 down the board. All right, I laid the crank in. You saw me set the bearings out. I used Plasti-Gauge around all the mains down all the way to the back. We've got 5 measurements to follow. They are all 100% the same. And the consistency from front to back in each race is very true. It looks great. Now I need to clean the crank. I need to clean the caps. And then I can install them and torque them. And those are done. Of course, when those go in, they're going to get a shot of assembly lube all over those bearings to give them something to ride on, because they're going to sit for a bit as I work on this. Next main thing I'm going to have to do is probably rings on the pistons, and then we can work on getting those pistons landed. And exactly the same process. We got to put the bearings in. We're going to have to do Plasti-Gauge and check the clearances on those races to see how everything sits. So for now, we're going to go back to just kind of a time lapse of me getting this torqued back in, cleaned and torqued back up. Got it covered up for tonight. Didn't get as far as I wanted to. Ran into a snag. That's what happens all the time, right? So, problem is, when we look at the original pistons, the groove size for the rings was the same. So the top ring is a 1.5, and ring number 2 is a 1.5. So they both fit good. So that's our compression ring and the top ring there, and those fit great. Those are the original rings off an original piston, which is like 1 mil smaller than what I've got here. They're like 40 overs. So our top ring on this set, which is spec'd out for Chevette, of course, is a 1.5. Ring number 2 is a 1.75, so it does not fit in the groove of the piston. I don't yet know what the solution is going to be. I cannot purchase another set of rings because there aren't any. I have not found any reliably that I can say would be the right answer. These were built. These were from June 2020, so they've been sitting around for a little while. My only hope is maybe if the machine shop can help me, maybe they can open the groove for the second ring to accommodate a 1.75 instead of a 1.5 millimeter ring. And I think if they can tickle it just that much and open it up, then I can use the set that's here, use the piston that's here, and just go. I sent them an email. We're going to find out. Hopefully I'll find out tomorrow. It's Friday, of course, so it's the end of the week, naturally. I think I'm going to bring the pistons with me to work just in case, because if they say yes, I'm going to send them away today if I could. I don't know. We're going to see, but I don't know what's going to happen yet. Let's find out. Another adventure, right? That's what it always is. So we are now following day. I reached out to the machine shop and I outlined the issue with the 1.5, 1.75, and 4.0 piston rings. I asked them, hey, have you got any advice? Is there anything that we can do? Is it possible that maybe the piston could be machined to accept a bigger ring? Do I have any options here? You know, because parts are scarce, and the only 40 over piston I could find and the only set of 40 over rings was what's here. And their response was, you need this ring set, whatever number, my suppliers have none in stock. So I assume that means they're not going to be able to machine the piston or find a ring or help me. I put some posts out to see. I've sent emails today all across North America to try to acquire something that's going to be comparable. I'm waiting on replies. Maybe something positive will come from it. I do have one that might be an option. It looks like the ring size is the same. I can get the 1.5, 1.54. It's a 6-cylinder set. I believe it is for an 82. No, I based it off bore size. And because mine's bored over, let's see here, I'm 40 over from an 82 millimeter piston. And that equates to, I gotta find the math because I can't do that in my head quick enough. That equates, here we go, AI helps you out, right? So an 82 millimeter bore at 0.040 over typically results in a final bore diameter of approximately 83.016 millimeters, or 3.268 inches. Based on that number, there's a company called Total Seal that offers a 6-ring set with a 1.5, 1.5, and 4 sized piston ring, created for the bore size 3.268. It is expensive. Canadian dollars, let's see. After, there's not even tax yet. I'll be $500 by the time it's all done for a set of rings. And if I said I paid that much for the rings and pistons here, that's probably fair. So it might be my option, because it might be the better option, because machining, would you pay $500 for machining? You'd pay more, right? I think. I'm going to find out. I'm going to see, but there's a lot of irons in the fire. So that's going to get parked for the moment. I'm not going to proceed any further with pistons. I'm going to build a cylinder head, assemble that end of it, put it together. There's not a lot to do there. I can find some things to do. I have to create my filler for the fuel pump lock-off plate. I can do that, and I can work on the fuel pump, or the, yeah, I guess it was the fuel pump rod that used to push on it. I got to bypass that and leave it inside the block so it still plugs the oil passage up. So that's a little bit of fab work. That's probably a good way to spend the evening here, plus a cylinder head. Do the cylinder head first because it's clean. All right, I'm going to get to it. I'm not going to get anything done by talking.